Ever wondered what's lurking in the shadows of your favorite messaging app? Telegram, known for its encryption and privacy, is also hiding a much darker side. From illegal marketplaces to misinformation hubs, the app has become a breeding ground for some of the internet's most troubling activities. And what's worse, it might be happening right under your nose. Telegram, a platform praised for its user privacy but also notorious for its unchecked dark corners. It's an app that has over 900 million users worldwide, providing a haven for those who value secure communication. But the same privacy that protects your conversations also shields illegal activities from prying eyes. The mysterious Telegram CEO, Pavel Durov, lately finds himself in the center of a maelstrom that has attracted international notice. Renowned for supporting encryption and privacy,
the Russian founder of the Telegram messaging app, Pavel Durov, has been arrested at a French airport. Reports say authorities have been investigating a lack of moderators on the app.
Durov's name is now connected to grave accusations that cloud the communications platform he developed. The issue started when French prosecutor Laure Becot charged Durov with involvement in crimes allegedly enabled by Telegram's low level of moderation. These charges, which range from suspicions about drug trafficking, fraud, and child pornography distribution, are not little matters. The prosecution claims that although Telegram's strong encryption and privacy tools are typically hailed for safeguarding user data, they have unintentionally turned into a refuge for criminals trying to keep their operations secret from law authorities. On August 25th, Durov was arrested at Le Bourget airport in France, further aggravating the issue. Authorities arrested him after he had just left his private jet, tying his detention to an ongoing probe of the claims against Telegram. Following his detention for 96 hours, Durov was freed on a significant bail of 5 million euros. Freedom, however, came with strings attached. Durov is now obliged to stay in France, answer the police twice a week, and follow other tight rules. These steps highlight the seriousness of the matter and suggest the great legal difficulties Durov and his business would face. Still, Telegram does not waver in the face of increasing pressure. The business has been fast to discount the claims, labeling them absurd and adamantly refuting any misconduct. Telegram boldly claimed to follow all EU rules, including the strict criteria of the Digital Services Act. The platform also defended its policies of moderation, contending they match industry norms. This strong defense has caused some to wonder if the accusations against Durov are justified, or if government officials trying to increase control over digital communication channels exceed themselves. Durov's detention has sparked a more intense discussion on the conflict between governments' demand for more content control and the internet sector's focus on user privacy, which has been developing for years. As services like Telegram keep pushing encryption as the pillars of digital freedom, authorities all around have been stepping up initiatives to cut unlawful activity enabled by these very characteristics. The detention of a well-known person like Durov makes it very evident to tech leaders all around. Opposition to government requests for more control might have grave implications. Examining Telegram's beginnings will help one to appreciate how we got here. Pavel Durov and his brother Nikolai started the platform in 2013 in reaction to the growing government monitoring of Russia. This followed enormous pro-democracy demonstrations in Moscow in 2011 and 2012, during which the government executed severe crackdowns. The encryption tools of Telegram appeal to users since they let them interact without the worry of being watched over. Users could also join channels and groups without disclosing their phone numbers, therefore providing still another degree of anonymity. With so many over 900 million users now, Telegram mostly serves Russia, Ukraine, and other former Soviet nations. After WhatsApp and Messenger, it comes as the third most often used messaging tool in the world. Still, this very strength has also been a drawback. David Thiel, a Stanford University researcher, claims that Telegram's security rules are less stringent than those of other platforms, which facilitates the passage of unlawful content through the gaps. Telegram has long been an indispensable tool for planning demonstrations and distributing unfiltered information. For example, a Telegram channel called Nexstar Live became a vital center for Belarusian protesters during the 2020 demonstrations. Within just 3 days following a contested election, it attracted a huge following, over 2 million members. But the Belarusian authorities saw this as danger, declaring Stepan Putilo, the producer of the station, a terrorist. Similar events happened in Iran, where Telegram is thought to have 40 million or so subscribers. During a surge of anti-government demonstrations in 2018, the platform started to be a main information source. Telegram was used by Iranians not only for private correspondence with friends and relatives, but also for access to news sources offering information the official media would not. Authorities tried to stop the app amid the turmoil, but many kept finding methods to use it, underscoring how important Telegram had become for people trying to avoid government restrictions. Still, Telegram's encryption tools have drawn a darker side along with their reasonable use. According to reports, criminals have used the privacy elements of the platform to carry out illicit activity. Secure chat apps like Telegram and Discord have become well known among people trading illicit commodities, including stolen credit card data and child sexual abuse material, according to a 2019 BBC investigation. The research revealed that pedophiles had been sharing illegal content on Telegram, frequently under plain sight connections to private groups like those seen in YouTube video comment sections. This revelation underlined how criminals were adopting a hands-off attitude to the regulation of the platform in order to evade discovery following law enforcement crackdown on comparable activity on the dark web. The charges leveled against Durov have once more raised these problems front and center. Telegram has come under further criticism for keeping a posture that gives users privacy as detractors claim that the rules on the network support illicit activity.
It's been used when people illegally are buying drugs, grass, marijuana, or some other dark things.
The legal fight is far from finished, even while Durov and his staff keep refuting these accusations and claiming they follow all the laws. This episode has spurred fresh arguments on the harmony between security and privacy. On one side, especially in areas where governments actively monitor and censor communication, encryption is a necessary tool for safeguarding users' personal data and freedom of expression. Authorities counter that these same characteristics enable bad actors to engage in criminal activity without regard for discovery. Still unanswered is where the line should be drawn. The narrative of Pavel Durov is still developing. Hence, the result may have broad consequences for the tech industry. Should his allegations result in a conviction, it might create a precedent requiring other technology firms to rethink their approaches to privacy and moderation. Conversely, should Durov be cleared, it might empower channels like Telegram to oppose governmental demands, therefore portraying their resistance as a fight for digital freedom. Especially in Central and Eastern Europe, Telegram has lately been a preferred venue for disseminating false information. According to a 2023 investigation research, Telegram is the most used tool for spreading misleading information in these areas. It underlined how important German-language channels have been as centers of extremist viewpoints, impacting other regions of Europe. Particularly in Germany, where the operators of Telegram were fined 5.1 million euros in 2022 for non-compliance with local laws, this has put the network in conflict with authorities in numerous nations. The Kremlin has been heavily using Telegram since the Russian invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Russia banned Western social media sites, but it kept letting Telegram be used, using it to disseminate misinformation and information. Attached to the Atlantic Council, the Digital Forensic Research Lab produced a study showing notable expansion of pro-Kremlin channels following the invasion. This increase in members, though, was fleeting. Popular pro-war channels including Karaulny, Siloviki, and War Gonzo saw declining follower counts by the spring of 2024. On Telegram, DFR Lab also noted that Russian private military corporations were active in recruiting, funding, and information sharing. Prominent PMC, the Wagner Group, had at least 30 channels devoted to recruitment in several areas. But as Russia's telecom agency, Roskomnadzor, started to criticize them following the Wagner mutiny in June 2023, these channels vanished. Before Telegram's emergence, researchers observed that such operations were mostly carried out on obscure dark web markets. Now, for their operations, lower-tier cybercriminals find Telegram a more accessible and preferred venue. Events like the hacker group Killin, who held NHS hospitals to ransom earlier this year, clearly demonstrated the attraction of the platform to hackers. The organization decided to post pilfers of medical data on Telegram instead of the dark web. Similar instances include services using Telegram to make deepfakes, such as fake nude photographs of schoolgirls, which have been documented in nations, including Spain and South Korea. This shows how Telegram has evolved into a venue for a variety of illegal operations, usually avoiding notice by authorities. Also, finding a home on Telegram is drug trafficking. Although dealers show up on sites like Instagram and Snapchat, they usually drive consumers to their Telegram channels, where they conduct business more covertly. Law enforcement authorities have paid more attention as a result. Specifically citing Telegram as a major focus, police in Latvia created a dedicated squad in January to track messaging apps for drug-related activities. Telegram says that its moderation policies follow industry standards, although there have been major accusations, particularly in relation to child sexual abuse material. According to a BBC probe, Telegram does not actively try to stop the dissemination of CSAM even while it answers certain removal requests from the government and organizations. The main point of contention in the charges French prosecutors have leveled against Telegram CEO Pavel Durov is this absence of proactive monitoring. Jean-Michel Bernigod of the French child protection organization OFMIN claims that the main problems with Telegram are its poor control and lack of cooperation in stopping crimes against children. In order to justify its position, Telegram said it acted against 45,000 organizations in August alone, therefore demonstrating its efforts to control unlawful material. Still, this answer has not really helped to allay worries. Critics contend that Telegram's attitude to law enforcement requests, especially in relation to illicit content, remains a major issue. Co-founder of the trust and safety software platform, Cinder Brian Fishman, noted that Telegram's moderating rules have let it develop as a hub for illegal information, including extremist material. Unlike platforms that interact more actively with law enforcement, Telegram has kept a distance and usually disregarded reasonable demands from authorities, he observed. One often used argument for Telegram is that its privacy policies restrict the company's capacity to track and document illegal activity. Through its secret chat tool, which guarantees that even the business cannot read the contents of chats, Telegram provides end-to-end encryption, the same as apps like Signal and WhatsApp. This degree of encryption is not the default setting. Hence, group chats on Telegram cannot be set as secret, meaning the platform may conceivably view the material and collaborate with law authorities should it so want. Still, Telegram's terms and regulations clearly specify that all chats and group chats are private among participants and that the firm does not handle requests pertaining to them. Law enforcement officials all throughout Europe have become irritated by this detached attitude. Particularly in relation to cases involving serious crimes, French authorities have underlined Telegram's lack of reaction. Officials in France and Belgium have said that when they have asked the platform for information or help, they have almost no reaction. A recent interview with journalist Tucker Carlson by Pavel Durov provided a window into platform operations. Given the size of the network, Durov noted that Telegram hires roughly 30 engineers, a shockingly small amount. This small crew begs issues about Telegram's ability to control content or answer law enforcement questions. At several press conferences, frustration at Telegram's lack of interaction has been voiced. Police officials have highlighted worries about the difficulties of using the app. Digital rights activists are worried about the arrest of Telegram CEO Pavel Durov, even if there is opposition against its moderation practices. Promoting open internet ideas, Access Now has voiced concern about the matter. Although the group has been critical of Telegram's earlier strategy, labeling it as no model for corporate responsibility, they contend that the arrest would create a dangerous precedent. Access Now cautioned in a recent statement that keeping platform employees under custody without a clear agreement with human rights values would cause over-censorship. This could limit civic areas, influencing users' capacity for peaceful assembly and free expression. Their stance emphasizes the careful balance between guaranteeing the defense of basic liberties and controlling online channels. Telegram has defended itself by underlining that it is irrational to hold the owner of platform liable for abuse. They underline that their position, they are not accountable for how consumers use the service, has been fundamental in their objections against more strict moderation rules. Other well-known people like X's owner Elon Musk, formerly Twitter, have also backed the arrest. Framing the action as an attack on freedom of expression, Musk denounced it. Publicly advocating Durov's release, he has positioned the circumstances as part of a larger fight over the digital era free expression. The discussion over Durov's detention brings attention to continuous conflicts between demands for more platform responsibility and the defense of digital liberties. Platforms like Telegram come under fire for not stopping illicit activity, while policies meant to limit free expression beg concerns about government overreach. The result of this case might have major consequences for how comparable problems are addressed going forward, especially in relation to platform control and freedom of expression. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth explorations of the hidden truths behind the apps and platforms we use every day.